In this week's case study, we'll talk about how the wrong cue helped Dan hit a major bench press milestone at last week's WRPF Northeast Regionals. If you followed us at all, you know Dan's an absolute stud. He's got multiple national records in the USPA and the WRPF in the Masters 55 to 59 90 kilo weight class. But his bench press has always lagged a little bit behind his squat and his deadlift in terms of competitiveness. So we've worked really hard over the past couple of years to bring that bench press up. When most people struggle on bench, it's because the bar gets out towards their hips and we teach them to flare the bar back aggressively and it fixes it. Dan is the opposite. Whenever he would flare the bar back, would hit a really nasty sticking point about 2/3 of the way up and would often not be able to lock out the weight despite doing what we think is the right thing. So rather than thinking about pressing the bar up and back, Dan used a focus cue of pressing the bar forward to help him get the bar path that he wanted. It's not correct, and it's something I discourage a lot of my lifters from doing, but it worked for Dan. So if it resonated with him, it's the right cue. With that type of bar path, that means that the triceps are going to take a lot more of the load than the delts and the pecs, so we had to build those up big time with accessory exercises like slingshot bench and lots of dips. I know these had great carryover for Dan's bench. So Dan finally got his 2 reds on each side bench press, and what it took was throwing the right cue in the trash and using the one that made the most sense to Dan so he could execute the correct way to bench press.